This one's called the torso wall wash. So your hands are going to go behind your head. The leg closest to the wall is going to be up in this position. You're going to rotate away, and you're going to side bend over. You notice I'm not hinging over. I'm trying to elongate this side over here, and side bend down. Then I'm going to flip it over and go the opposite direction. Okay. You're going to do 5 of these, so that would be 1. Down and back is 1. You're going to do 5 of these on each side, and then you're going to switch. Here is called a foam roller open book. What you're going to do when you're laying on your side, bottom leg is going to be straight, top leg, hip is going to be at 90 degrees with your body. Arms are going to be in front like this. You're going to rotate open, keep your knee in contact with the foam roller the entire time. You're going to go all the way open like this. You're going to come all the way back. This is a foam roller, thread the needle. You're going to be on your hands and knees like this. Top hand's going to go behind this right here, and you're going to be rolling all the way across. You're going to get to end range and hold it for about 2 or 3 seconds. Try to push yourself into a little more extreme range each side. You can do about 8 each way and then switch. This is foam roller T-spine extension. What I want you to do is put your hands behind your head. Foam roller is going to go about in the lower third of where your shoulder blades are in your back. I want your hips down on the ground. You're going to be arching over the top of this. Your head can move back with a little bit of extension. You're going to find a good spot. Hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds. Come all the way back up. Slide down a little further. Go back into extension. If you find a really good spot, you can mobilize that individual spot a couple different times, but you're going to go all the way up the back and all the way down the back. This one you can kind of do for as long as you want, but I'd recommend just going up and down the back once or twice. This one's called hip 90-90. You can kind of see how I'm sitting in this position. My knee is at 90 degrees and my hip is kind of at 90 degrees as well from my torso. What I want to do with this one is you can use this as a stretch. So the first part, if you want to stretch that posterior side, you can hinge over, get a good stretch that way and hold it. Just try to let the leg relax, get a good deep stretch here. But what we want to use this for is we want to use this more as a mobility and deep hip activation exercise. So that's going to be focusing on the back leg with internal and external rotation. So what you're going to start with is your hand is going to be on your ankle. Okay? The more you lean away from it, the easier it's going to be. The more upright you are, the more challenging it's going to be. I want you to try to be as upright as you can while still being able to achieve full range of motion. So what you're going to do is you're going to do hip external rotation, keeping that foot down, lifting just that leg up as high as you can. If you feel like you can only lift it this high, try leaning over a little bit and doing this. If this is way too easy, then like I said, to make it harder, try to be a little more upright. You're going to do 10 external rotation. Next one's going to be internal rotation. So to start off, you might need to lean a little bit farther because this one's more challenging, but this knee is going to stay down and you're going to be lifting that back foot off of the ground. Again, if you can do it easily, make yourself a little bit more upright and really try to lift that leg. If you can't lift it very high, grab the inside of your foot here, inside of your shoe, and kind of give yourself a little bit of a boost. Okay, you're just going to do 10 of those, and then you just switch sides and repeat. This is called a pelvic wall clear. So this is to work a little bit more on that rotation and dissociation of that lower body to increase some more hip rotation. So what you're going to do, put your hands on the wall. Okay, what this is going to do is it's going to help stabilize your upper body. Left leg is going to go forward. So the goal of this one, you're going to try to keep your upper body fairly stable, rotate your hips into a backswing, and then you're going to straighten this left leg and drive and rotate your hips as far as you can to the left, maintaining a very stable upper body, using the wall as needed to keep those shoulders nice and square. Rotate back in that backswing. You're going to drive the hips through this direction. And then when you do the opposite side, other leg's going to go forward, and you're kind of repeat the same exact process. So this is a posterior pelvic tilt. What you're going to be doing is you're going to get a golf club. Basically, you're just going to align yourself in kind of a golf posture. What you're trying to do is you're trying to tip and tuck the pelvis. Okay, so I'm going to tighten the shirt up a little bit so you can kind of see it. So anterior, you're sticking your glutes out, that low back is arching. Posterior, you're tucking the hips underneath. What I'm trying to have you do is go full range of motion, as far out anterior as you can, and as far as you can posterior, tucking underneath. If you notice, my knees aren't bending anymore, my upper back isn't moving at all. It's just my pelvis that's rolling. So this is a split stance banded airplane. If you remember, you're gonna have one leg forward, the other leg back. Most of the weight on this lead leg, arms across, keeping the band tight to your chest, hinging over. You're just gonna rotate it as far as you can, side to side, focusing on stability and just rotating the torso versus pulling the arms. You do 10 rotations, and you'll switch sides and do the other leg.